Hello, if you're new here, I'm a makeup artist who likes to do a creative makeup. If you do want to achieve this look, then please don't skip any of the steps in order to achieve this final look. Today we're gonna be again focusing just on the eyes, and today I decided not to wear contact lenses, which is weird. It's really weird because I do like to experiment with the color choice. These are my natural eyes, and I really do love how this color story applies to this colors on my eyes. Anyways, let's jump into this tutorial so I can show you how to achieve this look. As we know, our base is crucial for everything I'm going to set up today as a color story, eyeshadows and everything else. So today I'm using a product that is not meant to be as a eyeshadow base, but you can still use it as a base. It is sticky and it is heavy. It is, of course, MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC20, and I did mix up a little bit of what is going to be my foundation. So you can basically use, if you're not light enough, you can use your foundation, just a couple of drops of your foundation, and mix it together, because this one was too light for me. The important thing is, as you know, do not go shade that is darker than your skin tone. You always have to have shade that is equal, or I always love to go shade that is one or two lighter than my skin tone. Once everything is set up, I'm gonna be using for this right here at the moment two palettes, and that will be BPerfect Makeup by Alinna palette and Makeup by Mario Ethereal eyeshadow palette. I'm using shade number 1 with a small brush, going right underneath my eyebrow, and I am using a lot of product. The reason for that is, especially when you're using these shades like orange or bright red colors, the reason for that, especially when you're using colors bright like this, you do need to be careful whenever you're going to mix shades, because when this color go on onto your skin, and if you're not put enough of a lighter shade, you will have patches. So please don't be afraid to layer each color individually, one after the other. Otherwise, especially if your base is more on a liquid side, you'll have patches. Next shade will be this glory shade. I am going right into my center, and from this position right here, I will connect everything with my previous shade. As you can see, it shows really strong, but just keep on going and keep on blending. Again, start from the center, and whenever you are going to reach the ends of this shade, make sure that you don't have that much product left on your brush. Again, like I said in the beginning, it is really important for you to follow each step. You can at the end have this result. Then I can go and mix both the first shade that I used and this orange shade, just to get shade in between for my area right here, and to make a softer transition. I can even go towards my eyebrow even more. Make sure to repeat the process as necessary until you get full opacity right here and transition in this area and right here. Next shade is Ritual shade. It is a deeper muted orange color. Again, starting from my center, as you can see. So this is my starting point, and then I move on towards my left and right. I just do want to keep that transition. Also, what I like to do is to take product on my brush sometimes and just swirl a little bit this brush and then go again with the rest of the product that has left on my brush. These are such important details actually that are the reason why your look will ended up looking fine in details. Now for the richest color at the moment, this true red shade right here. Actually, for the first moment that I apply this color, I am using bullet brush. Again, whenever you're going with a smaller brush because you're using darker color, you don't want to pack that color first with a smaller brush. It's easier to be precise, right? A bit tricky to work with red, so you just want to make sure you don't touch anything else around your eye area. You know what, you can even have clean blending brush for the edges at this point. So you are using the tip of your brush, smaller blending brush, to apply the color. Starting from my center again. You can use for the rest of your product clean brush. See how much product there has been left actually. Imagine how much of the product you would have with a brush that already has all of the product. Taking my bullet brush again, spread a little bit of this color, and then take my time to blend it. Now the next step to elongate your eye, this one is, I would say, the hardest out of them all, just because it requires a lot of precision, but you can do it. You can use any dark eye pencil in a shade like this, or you can do what I'm doing right now. I'm using Inglott's Duraline and this small precise brush that I usually use, and just take the product on a brush, take it aside, and then just mix it within that one drop of Duraline, and this will create your liner. Pretty cool. Eyeshadow right here just went really low. Now following my lower lash line, this is where my line is going, that's the direction. But before we continue, I do want to use another tiny brush and just mark the end of this line. So I usually follow the end of my eyebrow and then somewhere in the middle. Now once I do have this line, I will fill in any gap in here, just creating this liner. But the key thing in here is that you just use the other portion of your eye, meaning you cover just the part where your eye kind of goes downwards or just going straight. Very few people have situation where the eye goes lifted. That's really cool in the makeup realm. I'm loving to work with models like that, but that's not a common situation. Make sure when you're building this liner, you're building really slowly. It is a key to have effect like this. Now to make this transition softer, what I'm gonna do is just to take the eyeshadow alone. You can always fill this in. I'm going in with this red BPerfect shade. I'm using this shade just to make transition, because as you can remember, we do have a lot of red as our base, and this will make our transition easier. Also, I'm using Pat McGrath Wire Stick Vixen and this shade right here. This is deep red/brown undertone shade that goes really nice to connect this dark one and this pure red. Now when it comes to my eyelid, I will first go in with a base, same base that I've used for my in the beginning. I'll diffuse that really carefully. I don't want any harsh edges in here. I just want to kind of refresh everything before I continue. Now I'm kind of going backwards. So first I am using, again, just tiny bit of this red shade. So the same shade that we use. Now this is Ritual. Oh, before I move on, I do want to use Makeup by Mario, shade number 1, to really lighten up this part. And then connect this to shade with the shade Glory. I still want that lightness to peek through everything. I was thinking through what should I do on my lower lash line, and I ended up doing this. So it's actually pretty simple when you compare the color story plus this yellow right here. So nothing without our base first. So my base goes right here. Makeup by Mario, same palette, and going into shade number 1. Connecting with Parade shade from Makeup by Alinna Palette. And now connecting everything with the shades that actually we have already used. This is shade Glory. On the end I am using shade Ritual. And I am spreading the color a little bit, using this red color actually on my edge of lower lash line. I'm gonna use again a little bit of Pat McGrath's eyeshadow that we already used and just tap it into this red one just a little bit. The reason for that is because I do want to darken up a little bit everything. Now I'm taking a drop of Inglott's Duraline and will extend this liner in my inner corner with the Prophecy shade. And I'm also gonna apply that into my waterline and tiny bit on this edge. Going to curl my lashes, apply some false lashes, and I will finish off the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Thank you so much for watching, and leave me a comment what is the next video that would you like to see. I'm so grateful for all of your support, and some of you are commenting literally on every single video. I'm so grateful for you. Before you leave, again, make sure to watch this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.